Hi guys, welcome back. I'm really happy to have you here because today we're going to be talking about backtesting. I'm sure that many of you have already done it, you have already backtested, and I bet that we can improve on it. But let's go back to the basics. What is backtesting? Well, testing simply means trying to see if something works. We are testing it, we are trying to see if it works, how we can improve it. And back refers to something that has happened in the past, and so for the events that have already passed. And so backtesting means checking how well a strategy or a model would have worked in the past. Okay, this is very important. So we are trying to check how well a strategy or model would have worked in the past. And so we are basically trying out a strategy. And about that strategy, we are gathering data. We are trying out a strategy, we are gathering data on that strategy, and consequently, we are gathering data on our performance with that strategy specifically. And so three elements really come out for us from this description. First and foremost, that we are gathering data on our performance and with that specific strategy. And so we have the gathering data, our performance, and the strategy. And so these three elements somehow are very important. And these are going to be the three variables on which we are going to be able to act on after backtesting. So on our performance and on that strategy. And so we are looking for past data, our performance, and that strategy. And so talking about backtesting, let's be concrete, guys. How to backtest? Let's go back to what is really important for us. And as you know, for us is really important the time, the step by step, and our execution. So these three elements are really gonna make it or break it for us. So the time, the step by step, and our execution. And so let's see the step by step for us for backtesting. Well, number one, we need to decide the months in which you want to be trading. So I'm not telling you about backtesting, I'm telling you about trading. Actually trading. Give you an example. In the month of December and in the month of January, I'm usually not trading, so I'm not gonna take these 2 months into consideration. Usually also in the month of August, I'm not trading super actively. I'm gonna check the charts once in a while, but I usually don't like the price movements, so these 3 months throughout the years are not the 3 months in which I want to be focusing on. But for example, February, March, April, May, June, July, September, October are months that I like, as well November, that I like and that I want to be trading on. And so I'm going to focus on them. Number two, we're going to set our trading days and hours using our boss's agenda, which is our trading calendar. And we're going to proceed month by month. So we're going to decide the months in which we want to be trading. Then we're going to set our trading days and hours using our agenda, which is our trading calendar. And we're going to proceed month by month. We're going to, of course, create an account with a backtesting software. The simpler, the better for me, but you feel free to use a software that you have used already in the past. I'm going to leave you down here below a link for a testing software that I'm using currently and with which I'm really happy because it makes things very simple and it looks a lot like TradingView. But really feel free to use what you have used in the past if you're happy with it. I know people that are using also TradingView like their replay to backtest, and it's also perfect. When you use a backtesting software, they're going to ask you to actually create an account in your currency. And I ask you to create an account on 100,000, for example, dollars, Swiss francs, euros of initial capital. I'm asking you to use 100,000 because that's usually a psychological threshold. And also, it's easy to calculate percentages on it, and you can see right away how much money you're doing. Also, I would like you to always use the same risk setting at 0.5. We want to make things simple, we want to make things repeatable, and to do that, we need to keep it very easy, very simple, very understandable. Then it's going to be time for us to prepare our trading plan so that in our trading plan, we can log and we can record all of our trades. And so feel free to save screenshot, feel free to have a dedicated area in your trading plan in which you can really backtest. Guys, this is very important. Step number 6. I want you to book time in your calendar to be backtesting. We said it several times. We are professional, profitable traders. And if we take this as a job, as something that we need to do professionally, then we're going to book time in our calendar to not be disturbed, to sit down and to be backtesting in that time. I also want you to sit down and backtest for 2 hours at the time. And so in these 2 hours, you're going to be sitting down, starting with 45 minutes testing, then you're going to take 15 minutes break and then backtest again for another 45 minutes. After that, I want you to take a longer break, maybe 1 hour, and then start testing again for another 2 hours, if that fits your schedule and your agenda. Guys, we're trying to recreate the same routines that you're going to have in your live trading. And so it's very important that you listen to your dialogue and to your emotions. I talk to you about routines extensively, but this is so important. Try to recreate the same routines, the same things that you would be doing before going to trade live markets, and do them also before starting backtesting, and same thing while you're backtesting and after it. It's about routines. It's about making things boring. It's about making things repeatable and easy for us. It's also about enjoying the things that we are doing. Number 8, our goal for the first 3 months that we are backtesting is to. Our goal for the first 3 months that we are going to be backtesting is to trade at the right times, trade following our calendar, and so not trading during news time, following religiously the step-by-step strategy, entering only when we are sure, and so to preserve our capital, making it boring, and listening to our emotions and our psychology. Guys, please notice, this is our goal that we are backtesting. And so we're looking at the right times. We are following our calendar. We are really focused on the step-by-step. We are entering only when we are sure. We are making it boring. We are focusing on our routines, on our emotions, on our psychology. And so what is missing here? Well, there is no talk about profit or returns here. It's all about mastering the simple step-by-step in our attitudes and our emotions. And I want to repeat it again. Our goal is not about profit, is not about returns. It's really about mastering the simple step-by-step. I mean, guys, please now tell me, how many times have you watched backtesting videos in which traders were not even looking at the times of the days? They were simply there backtesting, looking at price movements. Or when traders were not even considering news and the trading calendar. And even worse, when traders were not even considering their psychology and their emotions. Yes, because when you are backtesting, you can always press pause. You can physically pause the price movements and ask yourself, okay, am I ready to enter this trade? How am I feeling? Did I follow my step-by-step process? And you literally stop the price movements. You do not have that luxury in the moment in which you're trading the markets live. And so I truly invite you to use it at your advantage. You know, guys, we are different. We are trading in a different way. And for this reason, the step number 8 and our goal for the first 3 months is to focus not on profit, not on returns, but on the things that we can repeat, on the things that we can do in a perfect way, which is following the step-by-step process. Number 9, when you complete the first 3 months of backtesting, looking at those elements that we have seen in number 8, I want you to write down your thoughts. Okay, I want you to take a journal, physical or electronic, whatever you prefer, and to write down your thoughts about what came easy to you. What was hard instead? Why? What's the reason? Why something was hard? Why something was easy? What can you improve in your backtesting or in your strategy? And here on the things that you can improve, I'm not talking about profit. I'm really talking about you following the strategy, you following the step by step, you and your routines and how you're executing on them. And so now, depending on how this step went, depending on your reflection, you need to decide if you're ready for the next step or if you should repeat step number 8 again for those 3 months. If you're ready, for example, and you say, okay, I'm ready to go to the next step, I would really invite you guys to use backtesting to gain confidence in yourself, in your strategy, in your behavior, independently of your profits. And so, remember, we're backtesting something in the past, backtesting back something that has happened already. Those profits are not real. But what's real is how you approach the step by step, is how you behave, your emotions, your thoughts, your psychology behind it, and your routines. And so this is something I want you to focus on heavily when you are backtesting. Now, guys, when you're ready, when you say, okay, my strategy was on point, my execution was on point, I really followed the step by step, I'm happy with my psychology and with my routines, then comes the next step, which is when you're ready, take those same 3 months you were just backtesting and try again, backtesting this time, looking at your results in terms of. And so remember, you're taking those same 3 months and you're backtesting them yet again. But this time, you're looking at profit, loss, total number of trades, and your emotions and your psychology. I know many traders that when they're backtesting, they have several statistics there, percentages, this, that. I'm here to tell you guys, we do not need to make it more complicated than it is. Your actual profit, your actual loss, maximum loss, the total of your trades, and how you felt emotionally and psychologically counts more than any percentage you can calculate on anything that you're doing there. One thing though I want to highlight, your total number of trades. Remember that more trades you do, lower your profit is because every single trade has a cost that you pay to the broker. Now, I'm not telling you to not enter a trade, I'm just telling you to keep it in mind because if you have like, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 trades, that is going to really decrease your actual profit in real life when you're trading live. Also, usually traders that are confident, that are secure, that are following the strategy, they do not enter trades 3 times a day. They enter less trades, but those trades, when they enter them, they're 100% sure about them. And so this is our step number 10. Step number 11. I want you to review your results, to really take a moment and review your results. And exactly as we said, for point number 10, I want you to review your results and make it simple. What's the total profit? What's the total loss? What are the number of trades? Now, many of you are going to look at total profit and you're going to think, oh, this is my profit. Well, guys, in real life, that's not true. I want you to consider only 70% of your total profits because in real life, you're going to have a fee that's going to be taken away by the prop firm with which you are trading. You're going to see there maybe $1,000. Well, those $1,000 are not all yours. $300 maximum will go to your prop firm and the other $700 are going to actually enter in your pockets. This means keeping it real, considering the costs, considering the fees, considering everything that is actually going to take away from your total profits. And now, guys, point number 12. Repeat all the steps here listed from step 1 to step 11, always 3 months at a time. And so first, don't consider your profits, but consider your step-by-step, your strategy, your psychology and emotions evolved. And then after, if you're happy with it, take those 3 months yet again and consider this time your profits and your total loss. Now, we talked about backtesting and we talked about the strategy and the step-by-step to backtesting. The idea behind, guys, is actually to train your brain to do repetitive tasks over and over to build up your brain muscles, to write down what you're doing and how you're doing it, and then to sit down and review it Study it and be like, okay, am I happy with it? What can I do better? And let's say you're still in the first 3 months and you're just backtesting it for the first time. Let's say you're not happy because you did not always follow your step by step to enter each single trade. And so what do? Well, you decide to train again on those 3 months. You're training again your step by step, you're training again your emotions and your psychology. Again, you write it down and you really keep track of your trades, of your emotions, of your routines. After finishing backtesting, you review it, you read through it, and maybe this time you're really happy. You're like, wow, I followed my step by step, I followed my routines. I'm okay with it. This was great. I'm ready for the next step. And then you go and you actually backtest and you make higher profits. You know, guys, this is the goal. This is our goal, to make it simple, to make it repeatable. Just because you do certain things wrong the first time that you're backtesting, that's no problem at all. That's totally fine. Just keep repeating the same process and take your time to really assimilate it. I would advise you guys to use 1 week of each month to retest the previous month. And I know that probably majority of you is not going to take a week to retest only 1 month. You can probably do it in 1 or 2 days. But just to be sure, you can, for example, use the NFP days, so the beginning of each month, to retest, to backtest the previous month. Remember, guys, backtesting is not a guarantee that you're going to be doing very well in trading. Just because you did backtesting well, that doesn't mean that you're going to be great at trading, because your behavior changes with live price movements, okay? And so backtesting has its limitations. You can use backtesting though to actually learn and slowly gain confidence in your abilities to spot the right trades. It's very important that we keep it simple, that we keep it repeatable, that we observe ourselves and our dialogue. And also that we enjoy backtesting, because it is a fun activity in which things go much, much faster than they go actually in live price movements when the markets are live. And so it is a tool that is really going to help you to get your trading to the next level over time, because you're going to keep spotting what you're doing wrong and you're going to keep analyzing that. And by doing so, you can really reduce the C type of setups and trades that each one of us takes sometimes. And so you're basically looking at yourself and deleting any type of trading errors that you may have there. I hope you enjoyed this episode on backtesting. And guys, remember, keep it up. This is the way.